Hey everybody, welcome back to my garden. It is August 1st, and I just want to do a slow little look at the flowers today. Oh, those 4 o'clocks are all closed, but let's see. This white pretty one is Bacopa. I really like that. It's very charming at the front of the border there. I didn't think that was going to make it because it says it likes wet soil, and this terrace is not watered at all, so it only gets whatever rain we get, but it's doing pretty good so far. I've got some cat's meow, cat's mint. I have some lavenders here, kind of interplanted with this cat's mint. Not doing all that great, honestly. So we'll see if those make it. Sweet potato vine. Got some mound artemisia. My pink hibiscus. I don't know the name of this one, but I've got 3 different hibiscus in this terrace. This is one of them. I have some pink yarrow and also red. So this one I believe is called vintage red, and this one is vintage pink. They've already been cut back, so they're not as tall as they were before, and they're starting to put out their second little blooms, but they're still looking really pretty if you ask me. Jeez. Black-eyed Susan, just glowing, just stunning. I really like it next to this blue or purple salvia. Up here on the second terrace you can see my lamb's ear border, which is pretty filled in. I just planted that this spring, early spring, so it's exciting to see how that's turned out. See, I've got lots of butterflies around that cat's mint up there. And I have some Culver's root. Let me climb up for a minute. I want to show you something I just planted. Okay, so there's that white Culver's root. Isn't that pretty? And I just recently found out that this white butterfly with the little black spots on it is, I'm fairly certain, called a white cabbage butterfly, and I have lots of them everywhere. Apparently gardeners hate them. Well, vegetable gardeners. I don't really mind them, but lots of bees on the Culver's roots. Here's my Baptisia. All of these orange daylilies, they've already basically past their prime. The foliage is starting to get a little yellow. Got more of those back there. Okay, so this is what I came up here to show you. I have just planted 10 orange milkweed that I got on clearance from Lowe's. I was super excited to find those. I've been wanting to put orange milkweed in this terrace for a long time. It's really beautiful. I hope they all make it because I don't have any water to give them, but today and the next 2 days are supposed to be very cool weather, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of rain to help them get settled in. This taller kind of bushy one back there is goldenrod. Let's go back down this way. Right here in the front I have more sweet potato vine and my sedum and cactus area. I've always loved this part of my garden. I keep saying I'm going to take cuttings of these sedums and plant them and try to grow more, but I haven't really gotten around to it yet. I also plan to pull out these grasses that are back here, not because I don't think they're pretty, but I want to put in some of our native, what's it called? Prairie drop seed, which has a similar look and a similar size, but it would be native, so it would help our pollinators more than this ham elm does. Behind that ham elm, there's kind of a bushy looking plant that's going to start blooming any day. That is World Butterfly Gara. The goldenrod should start blooming soon. I already see, or no, maybe that's a Cosmo that I see blooms. Yeah, I see some Cosmo blooms. Here's kind of like my coneflower section here in the middle. And then I have, that's my second hibiscus. So that one has more of a lime green foliage. Then this one down here that has kind of a reddish green foliage. But they're both very pretty. The lamb's ear border just continues on. You can see I have iris there in the background. I have some pink salvia here. Just behind it, there's yellow coreopsis. Hopefully you can see that. I don't want to climb back up there again. And then in the front, that silvery plant is more Artemisia, as I mentioned. I really love Artemisia because it just adds that silver color periodically. Down here in the front, one of my favorite is this, oh shoot, I just forgot the name of it. The button flowers. These little purple ones that I'm looking at. Shoot, I can't remember. I'll put the name on the screen when I'm editing. And then this one here I also love, and I don't know what it's called. So if anybody, I keep asking this like every time I do a video, if anybody recognizes this plant with the very, very small purple flowers, there's always lots of pollinators on it. They love it, and so do I. So look at that view. The yellow, the pink, the purple, the little pollinators flying around. And I mean, there's a lot of bees and flies. I don't even know if it's picking up on the camera, but it's not just a little bit, it's a lot. So anyhow, lovely view. And then down here, my Veronica, purple Veronica, I mostly cut that back recently. It was already on its second flush, so I don't know if it'll send out more or not, but we'll see. This is really interesting. So I bought this yarrow right here. It was supposed to be kind of a reddish color like this. This is my third hibiscus, by the way. Let me back up and show you. So this is the last hibiscus in this border, and it's kind of a wine red or a pinky red. Anyway, I bought this yarrow. It was supposed to be that color. And look, here's some pink. And there was some darker red to it earlier in the season. But now it's faded to like a white, which I don't dislike. It's just unexpected. I don't remember the name that was on the tag of that variety that I bought, but that's kind of crazy. Got some more sedum in the front here. This is a sage. More sweet potato vine. More Artemisia. And then over here is kind of a repeat of what I had on the other end. It's the catmint, lavender, catmint, lavender, catmint. And then also more bacopa. I don't know what the name of this little yellow creeping sedum is, but it basically was like just dropping over the edge of this upper terrace, and then it just like established itself down there, and I just let it. I like the different colors of green. And then finally on the end here I have a sage as kind of the end cap. This second level terrace, in the middle is a shrub called Jade Parade Sand Cherry, if I remember correctly. And then on either side of it, I have a peony. I might cut those back soon. We're getting close to the end of the year, and I don't think it would hurt them. And then they both have like powdery mildew, especially that one. It's looking pretty bad. So I might cut those back here soon. But they're not to that point where I think they're so ugly that they're like bothering me. So I know the more the light they get, the better, you know, sun storing up energy or whatever for next year's flowers. So we'll see about that. Oh, and then here's this yarrow that's currently yellow. It starts out as like a peach color when it first blooms, and it's called, I think it's called Peach Sky or Firefly or something. I can never remember. Anyway, that is the terrace. I'm gonna pause for a moment so I can go up, and actually I'll just walk this way. But when I get to the stairs, I think I'll pause because it's a little bit disorienting. Okay, hang on one moment. Alright, so I showed this in my last video, but I did weed this bed. So it is looking a little bit better than it had been. It's just my shade bed. I did not mulch it yet, but it still has some mulch from last year. This big plant in the middle is my lemon lace elderberry. Of course I have some hostas. I don't know the names of them. Got some fern in the back. I believe that's an ostrich fern. These plants here in the back that have kind of like the big leaves, those are Annabelle hydrangeas. And then this really bright lime green one is one plant. This is a Aurelia Sun King. It is a perennial just plant. It's not a shrub. I know it looks like one, but it dies all the way back down to the ground every year. So that whole spot will be empty during winter. Got some more hostas over here, some more bearded iris. And then right here is a, what are they called? A barberry that I'm currently trying to kill. I cut it back and I applied this kind of like poison stuff to its stems to try to prevent it from going back. I'm gonna have to do it multiple times and then I'll keep cutting it down. Anyway, work in progress. I'm trying to get rid of it because it's invasive and I don't like them anyway. Through here, this is my meadow garden and I have not gotten the weeding done in this area yet, so it's not quite as pretty. I did pull a bunch of the cosmos and some grass that was like in this path just because it had gotten to the point where it was impassable. But we do have some pretty cosmos. I've got a little blue stem right there. It's quite blue. And then my smoke bush. Got some more bearded iris over here. Some butterfly weed. Ooh, there's lots of stuff growing on that. Let me see if I can get close up for you. Oh, they're just going to town. Oh my god, look at my... Okay, I was going to show you the obedient plant just because it's so pretty right now. But there must be... I'm sure I can see 20 bees right now. Big ones. Big fat bumblebees. Well, I think they're bumblebees. I don't actually know which are which. But do you see them? Look, there's two on that one. There's like so many. So anyway, this is obedient plant. This is one of our natives. And this is what I love about growing natives is that you do get so many more pollinators because you think of it, you know, our bugs evolved with these particular plants and these are the ones that they're used to feeding on and laying their eggs on or whatever. And whereas some of the oriental, or not oriental, but like, what do you call it, exotic plants from not from our territory, they might use them for nectar, but not necessarily, they're just not as helpful for them as something like this. So let me try to walk around them. But man, that's a lot of bees. As you can see in the background, still nothing happening with the house. I do have an update about that. I got an email from the builder. I told you guys recently I had sent them some emails. I wouldn't call them rude, but like, you know, stern. Like, hey, what the hell's going on? It's been over a year. Why is nothing happening? And he got back to me and he showed me an email chain between him and the city where he is waiting for them to approve. And he said, you know, I'm not making this up. I'm really waiting for approval before we can do anything. And so he said, if you want to look into a different company, you know, we'd understand. We'll refund whatever money we haven't used so far. But they didn't give me an amount of what that would be. And I'm concerned that, you know, it may not be the right amounts, and then we might be short on rebuilding our house. Some pretty coneflowers, by the way. Also have lots of native value and lots of pollinators enjoying them. So anyway, talked to my husband about it, and I think that we're both just kind of concerned that if we try to switch companies at this point, that it's just going to slow things down even further. And so, as sad as it is, we are just kind of stuck. And he said that at this point, with all of these delays, he doesn't think they're going to finish now until like next spring, like March or April, which is so disappointing to hear. Like, I've literally been so depressed for the past few days that I just haven't even wanted to talk about it or anything. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm just at my wit's end, because I feel like people are kind of looking at us like, why are you putting up with this? Like, you should be doing something more. And I don't know what we can do. We don't have the money to hire lawyers. I don't want to slow this down even further by switching companies, and then they have to go through all the approval stuff and all of that. We are currently looking at milkweed. This particular milkweed has been blooming for, I think, a couple of months. Several of the seed pods have started to open. I even see what I believe is is that a monarch caterpillar? I'll have to look that up later. I haven't seen any monarchs though, but lots of bees, lots of those little white butterflies. I'll look and see what that caterpillar is. Over here, my saffron Giron rose, I cut that back. It's already doubled in size. Like, I literally just cut that back like probably a month ago. Roses are crazy sometimes. So, this is what the unweeded part of my garden is looking like, and it's just taking time. I'm hoping to get this done by the end of this weekend. Today's Friday. It's actually nice out. It's not like baking in sun. But let me show you what the part of my house, you might have already seen it when I was panning the view over, but where I have not been cutting down anything, that's what it looks like. It's like 8 feet tall of weeds and stuff over there. And I know that I need to get in there and do something about that, but it feels super overwhelming. Where would I even put it? I only have one trash can a week that I can put out to the curb. I do have like a compost area around the shed here, but it's already pretty full. So I guess I'll just keep piling onto it. It's also an overgrown, weedy looking mess. So I have some real overgrown areas in my yard that are not part of my official gardens, but still need to get taken care of. So I'm gonna have to get better about that. I did get the people to stop coming out from the mortgage company and hassling me, so that's good. You see that really pretty blue moon juniper back there? I love that. I can't wait for that tree to get bigger. It's gorgeous. But let me get back on track here. So today I have been here for a few hours. I planted that orange milkweed that I showed you, and I weeded a bunch down in the health strip. I'm not done, but I got about 2/3 of it probably. Let's see how close these guys let me get before they fly away. Seems like if I'm not talking or if I'm quiet, they don't really pay any attention to me. But they are loving this obedient plant. I'm gonna take, oh look, 2 different kinds of bees side by side. See them? I'm gonna dig up some of this obedient plant, I think, and take it to my work. I hope this doesn't have a taproot. I'm pretty sure it spreads by rhizomes, so it shouldn't be too difficult to take to my work. I also have some that's starting to put seed. So like these, sorry, my hands are all gross because I don't have a water hose to wash them off yet. But anyway, it's starting to put on some seeds, so I could also seed. But this is a plant that spreads prolifically. So one way or another, I'm going to bring a bunch of this to my work garden, as well as some goldenrod. So guys, that's the tour of the tended part of my yard. So today's Friday. I think I was starting to say that it's pretty nice out today. It's supposed to be nice all weekend. So if I don't get called into work tomorrow, I'm planning to get more done. I got this bed weeded up to where you see that grass starting. That's because last time I was here, that's where the shade ran out. Same on this side. This is where the shade ran out. And last time I was here, it was, the real feel was like 107 and I was melting. So I just couldn't do anything that was in the sun. I was like, nope, it's unacceptable. But today we have low 70s. It's very hazy looking. That's because we're getting wildfire smoke from Canada. And I wish I could show you like off in the distance. Usually you can see the city of Omaha. You can see like some high-rise buildings and stuff when I look this way. But right now, all of that haze is just blocking it, so you can't see it at all. But anyway, I've been here for several hours already today, and I want to show you one more thing before I go. I don't know if I'm going to finish this before I go. I think I'm not. You see my trash can is full. Supposedly they won't pick it up if your lid is not closing. But all of this area right here that just looks like dirt is where I have dug up the grass. I have one surviving aronia. I don't know what happened to the other ones. And then I've got all of this grass left to get. So once I get the rest of that grass pulled up, my goal is to, I need to get more aronia, finish getting this planted and mulched so that I can keep grass and weeds suppressed, and then I will no longer have to mow this area. Like clearly I haven't been mowing this, but it looks terrible. So I really need to finish getting this up, but I think I might wait until like Sunday to come back and finish this because I am running out of juice for today. So I hope y'all enjoyed my little garden tour. I'm trying to work on going slower because I realize when I watch my videos that I'm just walking too fast. Sometimes I'm talking too fast. And I don't know if it's because I'm excited, but it doesn't make for a great viewing experience. So I am working on trying to be more cognizant of that sort of thing to do a better video. And here's one of those little white, oh, he flew away, cabbage moths that I was telling you about. They are pretty. I just wish I had more variety. But more and more native plants, and I should be getting more variety in the future. Because more and more host plants will bring different kinds of butterflies and moths and stuff. Okay, well, I'm gonna end here. Nice chat with you guys. Maybe I will get you a video of my work garden soon, and maybe one at the rental house. All right, bye.